This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.
Hi, my name is Igor Kheifets, and this is the List Building Lifestyle, the only podcast which delivers cutting-edge conversion strategies from the online trenches straight to your earbuds. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. I also invite you to grab a free copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. And now, once again, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Welcome back to another edition of the List Building Lifestyle with your host, Igor Kheifets. You know, I find it extremely amusing how a lot of people use the opportunity when they see the wind blow in a different direction to say that the world is changing. And how, the more it happens, the more they yell and shout from the top of their lungs that everything's different now. But thing is that in marketing, nothing is ever different. In fact, let's just take email, for example. I know we spoke a lot about this on the show, that how email didn't change. Email is still number one most profitable source ever for your marketing. And that's still true. But I just want to give you a great example of how marketing gurus will always try to convince you that things are changing, things are different. Now, sometimes things are different. And we are going to be chatting in one of the future episodes real soon about how the industry has changed dramatically and how you need to adapt to that change. But for the most part, things don't really change. So let's just take email. So back in November 2010, Mark Zuckerberg is about to launch the Facebook messaging service. And, basically, Mark goes as far as calling it the Gmail killer. So he predicted, and he was confident, really. He really sincerely believed what he was saying, that people will stop using email when he rolls out the Messenger. Now, the one thing that Mark was right about is that Messenger has become a really popular form of communication. In fact, a lot of the business I've done over the years happened in the Facebook Messenger. There's entire businesses that are built on Messenger. In fact, I have a friend who runs a Shopify store, and what he does, he drives traffic off of Instagram and Facebook newsfeed directly to the Messenger box. And then has an assistant chatting with the customers and selling things, through the chat. And that's awesome. I mean, all the power to him. However, in general, if you study email and you compare it to Facebook and other social media messaging services, you'll find out that email just wipes the floor with everything, and with everything that's not email. And specifically, there was a study done by Castora over about 72 million customers. And email has ranked in the top 3 customer acquisition sources. It ranked alongside with Google AdWords, which of course is keyword specific, and organic search. Now, of course, when it comes to getting the right type of customer, search is really effective, let's face it. But the problem with search, even though you're getting a customer that's literally looking for that solution right now and wants to buy it right now, is the fact that ranking for that keyword has become so difficult, it's not even worth trying. I mean, honestly, come on. I was just, actually having a chat with Dennis the other day about it, and, we were studying some SEO tactics and SEO strategies. And, what we discovered is that SEO is all about the content. So if you want Google to reward you with the position, right, you can either buy a bunch of spammy backlinks, and then basically get sandboxed, which you don't want to do. Or you can create lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of really high quality content. So in other words, Google really wants you to work hard and invest 20 hours into writing an article to reward you with a ranking on the first page. Now, honestly, who has the time to do that? Who has the desire to sit there and create a 5,000 word article to get some traffic? I honestly don't. And so that's why I would much rather either use email marketing or maybe Google AdWords. But even then, with AdWords, you have to use email because AdWords traffic is so freaking expensive. I mean, you can be paying a decent keyword, right? A really decent keyword probably costs you anywhere between $5 and $15 a click. The last time I checked, which was 2 weeks ago, a competitive keyword with really good search volume and with a place for you to step in will cost you anywhere between $5 and $15 a click. That's not a lead. That's not a sale. It's not a sale acquisition cost. That's a click acquisition cost. Now, show me how many businesses, besides perhaps insurance companies or car companies, how many businesses can really afford to spend $5 to $15 a click? Even I can't afford that, and I pride myself on having developed a really awesome customer acquisition model. So when it comes to realistic expectations, organic search and AdWords are, well, they're not realistic for most people, but email is very realistic, super effective. Again, ranks in the top three most effective ways of acquiring customers. And email customers are actually spending more and doing it more often, according to the study. Email is way more effective than affiliate traffic, than banner ads, than Facebook, than Twitter, everything. There's honestly no better way for you to get new customers if you're a beginner than email marketing. The only downside to email marketing is that you actually have to learn, how to write damn good emails, and that can take you a while to learn. Unless, of course, you outsource it to an expert like you can with us. You can just go to bizopemails.com. That's two P's, bizopemails.com, and we can write your emails for you. But other than that, there's really no reason for you not to use email, because you'll just make more money, you'll do it faster, and you'll do it with less headache. And, when we're talking about like the plan going forward for, 2018, 19, 20, and so on, I really don't see how email can go away. Because if you really think about it, email is the only media that people use online to really handle the sensitive stuff. Like when you want to buy something, you have to enter your email. When you submit like a request for some document, you have to use your email. When you need to recover your password for your eBay account, what do you use? Email. And here's the kicker. If you want to start a Facebook account, you need an email address. So no matter how much Facebook or any other social network will yap about how email is gone, email is obsolete, people don't check their email is no longer necessary, that's all bullshit. Email is very necessary, in fact, just to recover all those Facebook and Twitter passwords that people never remember. So email is definitely not going to go away anytime soon. And the mindset with which people get into their email is really different to the kind of mindset that people use to browse their social media profiles. Because when I find myself scrolling through my newsfeed or getting on Facebook only at the times when I'm procrastinating. So it's at the time when I'm trying to avoid making decisions in my life. It's at the time when I'm trying to avoid work that I go in and I check my Twitter and I check my Facebook, right? But it's at the time that I work that I really do try to make a decision or get some work done. I have my email open, or if I have to email somebody with something, right? Email is work media. Email is decision media. And that's the kind of media you want to be in when you're trying to get the customer to make a buying decision. You don't want to get customers who are lazy, who procrastinate, who are like couch potatoes that are unable to make any decisions right now because their state of mind is just mashed potato or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you really don't want people that are not willing to make decisions to be wasting your time and hitting your funnels, because then what happens is you're just spending money and you're spending time and you're investing energy into developing a customer pool that's not really a customer pool. It's like a procrastinator pool that, you're creating activity for yourself. You're seeing something happen in your business. You're getting likes and you're getting comments and you may be getting messages in your inbox, but nothing's really happening because these customers are not capable of making a buying decision. And so this usually happens because that's how people treat Facebook. That's what they do on Facebook. They just log in on Facebook or on their phone or on their desktop, doesn't matter, in order to not make a decision. They're just killing time. They're trying to get busy with something in order to not think about the things that really bother them. And that's how people are. They always try to, escape their problems, and this culture of escapism is really getting in the way of marketing. Now, that's one part. The other part, of course, is that there's so many gurus out there who swear by Facebook. that, they sell you on the idea that Facebook is the greatest thing ever and that you should be using Facebook in your business and that Facebook is supposed to be profitable. But what happens when you actually start advertising? You realize that there's so much competition, there's so much clutter, and the prospects are so cold that you cannot possibly sustain that customer acquisition cycle unless you're banking on not making a sale in the first 60 days of having that person join your list or get into your funnel. And that's if you're good, right? That's if you're really, really good. Otherwise, you're just like everybody else, getting onto the Facebook advertising screen, targeting people who like Russell Brunson and Tony Robbins, and you're just basically advertising to the exact same crowd all the time, just like everybody else. And guess what? You're competing against people that have deeper pockets, that have better knowledge, that have larger teams, and all these people basically will outcompete you when it comes to fighting for that customer. Now, if the customer has to choose between joining Joe Blow and joining, somebody like Anik Singhal, then guess what? Joe Blow ain't gonna get their money. Anik Singhal will, because Anik Singhal has the ability to use first of his own credibility and reputation, then Robert Kiyosaki's credibility and reputation, then Bob Proctor's reputation. So all of a sudden, it's a pretty obvious choice for the prospect, right? If they're seeing Anik Singhal's ads and they're seeing Joe Blow's ads, then Anik Singhal seems like a much more trusted authority, and that's just the way it is. So getting on Facebook right now, even if you do have deep enough pockets and lots and lots and lots of patience to try and make it work, is just a waste of time. And email is still the number one customer acquisition model I recommend for everyone, beginner to veteran, because it's going to make your life easier. Live the email lifestyle, guys. Don't waste your time on social media. So anyway, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the List Building Lifestyle. I'm your host, Igor Kheifets, and until next time we chat, have a good one. Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to never miss an episode. Because who knows, just one conversion tactic we share on the show might double your list and double your business. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. And don't forget to claim your complimentary copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. This is Igor Kheifets, and until next time we talk, have a good one.
This is the podcastfactory.com.